Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we are looking at a bottle of the legendary Golden Pride from Fuller's in London. 8.5% strong golden ale. English strong ale, I guess you could call it. I've had this once on draft. I originally was asked, requested to do this by the good man Terry Kay at Beer Goggles Review. It's one of his favourite beers. I've never had a bottle of it. It's not the easiest beer to come by up in the north. So let's get in the glass and see what we've got. From what I can tell, I've met John Keeling. I had whilst we were at the Meet the Brewer, the Fuller's Roadshow that John did about 6 months ago at the Grove in Huddersfield. A friend of mine is an old friend of John, so we were sat with John and the lads from Fuller's and John's brother, and I did ask him what's the difference between Golden Pride and Vintage Ale, and he did say it's essentially the same beer. I guess the base beer is traditionally Golden Pride, and then with Vintage Ale it changes a little bit every year. They might change the malts, might change the hops, might change quantities a little bit. It's a variation every year of essentially this beer. So the beer in the glass, a really nice. Ooh, look at the colour, that's beautiful. It's like a really dark amber, a nice foamy, off-white, kind of eggshell coloured head. Let's have a sniff. Oh, wow. Big sticky raisins, kind of old fermented fruits, like peach. Load of apple actually, a load of red skin apple. Ooh, slight kind of sherry note. Slight kind of fermented pear. Skin of red apples as well, big time. A slight boozy note, as I said, with the sherry. Maybe a hint of marzipan. Alcoholic phenols in there as well, for sure. Anyway, Fuller's Golden Pride, let's dive in. Cheers, Terry. Whoa. It's like boozy. It's like a boozy toffee apple, and wrapped in candy floss. So it's quite a sweet beer. Quite old, once again, like an old, feisty orange, load of orange peel, quite an old dried orange peel. A bite of probably Kentish hops, that earthiness of, I don't know, Fuggles, Golding, probably Goldings actually. Drinkable, very drinkable, sweet, sugary, kind of white sugar, that kind of thing, pretty, but yeah, quite a sticky, sugary beer. That apple core is definitely there, bruised apple cores. Once again, this kind of sherry quality. Sweet, appley. Slight varnish kind of note, probably from the alcohol. It's a beast. It's a big beer for 8%. It doesn't hide its strength. Ending quite a pithy, earthy hop note, with more of that sticky apple core, toffee. But yeah, toffee apple, boozy toffee apple. If you had to encompass it in one saying, one sentence, one tasting note, and that is a bottle of Golden Pride from Fuller's, 8.5% ABV. A lovely, classic English beer, British beer. Historical, doesn't back down, still very relevant. Unlike many others, I mean, there's a few knocking around, but none hitting the marks of quality that the likes of Fuller's do. So if you ever see it in your local area, check it out. It's amazing. It's a beast. Show it respect and enjoy it. So anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers. Right, so I'm back. I'd finished my video and I'm just about to go on my computer and talk to a couple of lads on Google Plus. So I only got a little bit of this glass of Fuller's Golden Pride left, only a little bit. I just wanted to say, I mean, it's really opening up. It's got a waxy honey. It's got a marzipan nose, really reminding me of a Battenberg. In the taste, I'm getting a really heavy Madeira cake. I'm getting quite an oaky note as well. It's just so complex, and it just keeps opening up more and more. I like to keep my videos to a relatively kind of short kind of run time. So we're on 5 minutes, and I'm thinking, am I doing that? You might see me kind of like have that doubt in my face. I thought I've got through this beer too quickly. Then I sat down and continued to sip at it, and it just opened up and become so much more complex. It is such a complex beer with such unbelievable depth of flavour. And I'm sure by the time I finish that bottle, I'll have experienced another kind of 25 different sensations. It's such a lovely kind of complex beer with such beautiful length to it as well. So I could make a video that lasted 45 minutes while I drink this beer, sip away as it warms up, and it's going to change and become such different beers from the first mouthful to the last. And I'd never do it justice, and you don't want to watch me doing this for half an hour, so I just had to come back and say, that's not the end of it, that's not the kind of like end of this beer. There's a lot more to it than that, excuse me, knocking over all the empties. So yeah, so that's a bottle of Fuller's Golden Pride, 8.5% ABV from the Fuller's Brewery in London. An absolute masterpiece of British brewing, should always be respected and will be enjoyed for generations. I mean, it's something really unique, something very special. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.